Good morning, friend. So let's have a session on joins in SQL. So basically, before going deep into that, let us first understand what is a join. As going by the definition, a join clause is used to combine rows from two or more tables based on the related column between them. Related column between them means there must be a particular column in table 1 and in the table 2 which must be common. Like the variable, it must be common in the sense like the observations can be like here and there, like the order can be different, but it should be having common attributes in both of them. Now going to the different kinds of joins. So in SQL, there are definitely four conventional joins present as the shown in the diagram. The first one, inner join, left join, right join, and full join. So what is an inner join? So inner join is, as the definition states, it is also known as a simple join, which returns all the rows for both the table when it has at least one or one matching column. Now going by, if it's simply the intersection of both the tables, like the common fields present in both the table, the inner join will give us that only. Now going to Venn diagram point of view, if you suppose there are two circles are there which contains the set of observation, says table 1, the first circle represents a table 1, the second circle represents table 2. So the point where the it has an intersection, like A intersection B, if I say, that is represented by inner join. We'll go deep into and it will be much clear as we go forward. I'll show you the different practical scenarios which I will execute. I will have a hands-on thing, will execute the query, and I'll show you the set of observation data what I have taken for explaining the entire point. But for the timing, let's bear with me and let's proceed and have a brief idea of different type of joint by definition, whatever theoretical we have, and in detail definitely we'll go into that and it will be much clearer. Now let's proceed. The next type of join. So it is the left join, also known as left outer join. Over here, as the definition says, the join returns all the rows from the left table and its matched row from a right table. Mark my word. What does it says? Like all the rows from the left table means our main focus over here is our left table. The left table is my priority. So if suppose a left table contains 7 observation and in my right table contains like 9 observation, my final output should give me 7 set of observations. Okay, and for that whatever field we want to pick from the right table will be displayed. Now 7 set of observation, when I say it's all the distinct, that should be distinct. If anything is getting repeated, so the number of rows can increase, but if the rows are distinct, so for that scenario, I'll get a 7 set of observations. We'll go much, it will be much clear. I'll show you the examples. How does it perform? So next going into right join. It's just the reverse of left join. In my previous case scenario, left join, my left table was of focus. So all the entries of left table will be displayed and the corresponding field from the right table was taken out. Over here, my all the like as going by the definition, this join returns all the rows from the left table. As you see, it's the focus is here that from the right table, sorry, this join returns all the rows from the right table and it is matched rows from the left table. So as you can see over here, when we say right table, so my focus is over here on my right side table and the corresponding values or the observations or the feed whatever we are extracting, the matching one on from the left table is getting extracted. Now going further into the full outer join. This is the, as the definition says clearly, this join returns all the result when there is a match either in the right table or the left table. So that all the data present in left and right table, so everything is combined together into a single table and all the entries are displayed when we perform this kind of join. Now going there are some additional joins as well, which we generally use, and for some of them, like there are two additional joins which are generally used. The one is self join. So as the name suggests, used generally in case when there is a hierarchy problem. Hierarchy problem means like if I want to perform a certain operation in which I want to know the hierarchy. In those scenario, we use self join. And as the name suggests, there's only was one single table on which we create an alias and the join is performed on itself only. We'll show an example of self join and it will be much clear. So where can we use this kind of join? And the next one, the last one, is the cross join. The cross join, also known as Cartesian join or Cartesian product. it gives us the cross product of number of observation into table 1 and table 2. Now, for example, suppose that table 1 has 5 observations and table 2 has 4 observations. So my total number of final table will contain 20 observation. Like each row of one table will be multiplied with the other row. It's simply the cross product. So this is the rest all the things. This is by definition. You must have got a little bit idea about the joins. Now going into the different scenarios and the tables and the data and performing the joins, it will be much clear. So let's go to the SQL. Let's perform the SQL code and let's have it. So guys, I'm showing this in BigQuery for the time being. BigQuery and SQL and rest everything almost 90% is similar. So since this is there in my system, so I'll perform that in BigQuery only, and I'll show it to you. And most majority of the time, SQL either with SQL Access or BigQuery command syntax are almost similar. So now going to the table, what I have taken the left and right table. So you can see over here into the data set S shop, you can see there are two tables I have created. One is my employee A. What does employee A contains? So I'll give you a preview of that. It contains 4 columns are there. The first column is the employee ID, second column is the name of the employee, third is the department at which he is working, and the fourth column is to whom he reports, like who is the supervisor for him. Okay, so if you notice furthermore, so there are total 7 observations present, like 7 rows are present in the table A. Now going to table B. So table B contains only 2 fields are there. One is the employee ID and another is my joining date of those employee. Now what you can see in between table B and table A, like employee A table and the EMP-B table, the common field is my employee ID. Like on, if you see employee ID, it is there over here also in table A, and in table B also the employee ID is there. Now just just go 10 minutes back when I started, when the basic definition, when I told you, if you go over here, based, if you see this condition, how it is performed from 2 or more table based on a related column between them. So the related column concept is, you can get a clear idea from the related column means this is present, the employee ID is present in this table, table B, and this, even the employee ID is present in table A. So this is the related column. So based on this column, we can perform the join. So let's start with the different joins perform and show you the different outputs for each joins and how does it simply works. So the first example I'll show you of a left join. So for my point, for left join. So if you see, so this is my left table. I'm stating select star from known vi. This is the location, and this is my data set, and this is my first table, like employee employee A table. So I have named this as table A. Okay, so whatever output I'm getting from it, now I'm performing a left join. On what I am performing, I'm extracting select star from known vi COMP/SEL sandbox, which is the location, and in that it is my data set, and even my table is there, and I have named it as created an alias as table B. So the results of both are like stored in table A and table B. Now I'm performing a left join on it, and on which common field I'm performing a join from table A dot em employee ID I have taken. So it is taking the employee ID from table A and it is equating it to employee ID in table B. So the result, the join is performed in these 2 tables. And when I'm selecting select star from both the tables, like from the table 1, I'll get the 4 fields present when I do select star: employee ID, name, department, and reports to. Everything will get extracted. And from the table B also, there are, if I go to table B, there are 2 fields, so both will be getting extracted. Now if you notice, my employee ID is present in both the tables. So to avoid duplicacy, for that reason I've selected select A dot star, means or result of entire table A, like A dot star will give me whatever I'm getting from here, and similarly from table B, whatever I'm getting, I'm selecting the B dot joining date. From table B, I'm only taking the joining date after performing the join. So when I run this thing, so what you get to know, and one more thing you should keep the observation in your mind, that table 1, if I'm doing select star, it table 1 might contains how many observations are there. As I told you already, there are 7 observations, and in table B there are 9 observations, correct? So now as I said, all the observation of table A is presented and the corresponding matching from table B will be taken. This is the mean of the function of left join. So let me perform this thing, run this query, it will be much clear. So as you can see, my final output contains only 7 observation, and even my table 1 employee A, the table A contains 7 observations. So all the entries like employee ID, name, department, and reports to, like if you see 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 is present. Just let me just expand this and you'll get to know. So these are the 7. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is present. Okay. So all the 7 entities are present. If you see over there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this is coming from the left side table. Left side table, the name is also taken, department is also there, and reports to is also there. This 4 column came from there. And from the table B, I have only selected, if you see, the joining date. So the joining date, like the 6th employee ID, employee with employee ID 6 joined on 2020 0410. Now I'll show it to you much, it will be much clear. If see, well, just note this joining date, it's 10th of April 2020 and the employee ID is 6. Okay, now let me go to table B and show you, just cross validate. Employee ID 6 2020 10th of April. So it is clearly extracting the data from table B and it's formulating the final table and it is showing me the result. So this is basically my left join. So over here my prime focus is on the left table and the corresponding field what I'm looking in the right table, that is getting extracted wherever it is found, finding a match. So this is a simple example of left join. Now let's go to other example. Now I'll show you about right join. So what happens in right join? So it's the same thing, it's just a vice versa. Over here my focus is on the right table and correspondingly the my right table and whatever is matches in the right, whatever match is there for from the left table, it is getting extracted. But if there is no match in left table but still data is present in right table, for that it will reflect null value. So why I'm saying this thing, so if you remember in this my right table, table B, there were 9 observation and in table A there are 7 observation. So when my focus is on the right table, so there should be all the 9 rows will get reflected, and for the 2 rows where there is no data for table A, it will show a null value. Let me run this and it will be much clear. So now you see my set of observation, how many observation. Earlier we had 7 in case of left join. Now over here is 9. So this 2, if you are seeing, see all the joining dates, whatever is present in the left table, all the 9 observation came over here, and the matching field we got for 7 in the left table. So it got extracted the 7 thing. The remaining 2 fields, like the after employee ID 7, we don't have anything in the table A. For that we got the null value for which we have a joining date. Thus basically this was for employee 8 and 9. For that we have a data for joining date, but in our left table we didn't had any information for that. So since the focus is on the right table, so since we are extracting the joining date from right table, so for that corresponding, since data is not there, no match is there, so for that it is giving a null value. So this is left join. If you see, it's very clear. The first one what I showed you, left join, over there my prime focus was on the first one, left table, the table A. So for table A 1 to 7 we had the data, and for correspondingly we found the joining date for both all the 7. So there was 7 set of observation. Now going to right table, we had the joining date for 9 observation, but the corresponding field in the left table was present for 7. So as the name suggests, right join, so I'll take everything for right table present and the correspondingly match whatever we find in left join, and if it is no match in left table, it will give a null value. So this is basically my right join. So guys, we have covered left join and right join. Now let's go to the other type of join, what we call inner join. So inner join, as we said, it gives us the common field, like the ones which are present in both the tables that will be getting displayed. For our scenario, the in table 1, table A, there are 7 set of observation, and for that corresponding in right table we have got the match for all the 7. So in our scenario, for this particular data set I'm telling, guys, mark my word, for this particular tables, whatever I am referring, my results for left join and for inner join will be similar. Let me run this and you'll get to know. So you see there are 7 set of observation. So why 7? So inner join. So for employee ID starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is present in left table, for that we have a joining date present for all the 7 employees. So we got 7. For example, suppose if I had in table A employee ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there and another employee ID like 10 or 11, I must, if I had something like that entry, okay, and in my table 2, if that entry was not there, for that scenario also we would have got only 7 results. The results over here, it's the intersection, like present, the both the set of observations should be present in both the tables. The ones which is whichever in missing in either of the table will not get displayed in case of inner join. It's simply the intersection of both the tables, the data set. So this is simple. It's like more like A intersection B, and it gives me the same thing. Inner join is used in a scenario where we want only the fields where we want get the matching values for that in both the table. Now go to the full outer join. So full outer join. So full outer join, guys, it is like that. So whatever data set is there present in table, left table and right table, everything gets displayed in full outer join. So in my left table and right, if I take about left table there are 7 rows present, and the corresponding the match we are getting in the right table. So 7 is sorted. So the remaining two, whatever is present in right table, but there is no entry for that in left table. So for that also it will get displayed. So it will be give you 9 set of observations. So entire entity, everything over present in the tables will be displayed in for left outer join. Outer join is like a full join. So we'll get over here the 9. See, if you see 1 to 9, all the set of observations we are getting over here. So this is the thing. So this is almost similar like over here the data set what we have considered. For that particular case, we are getting the same results as we have for right join, as we are getting as the full join. So because the maximum entries are present in the right table, which are, and the left table covers, if I display the data for right table, no, the left one also covered because it's the getting matched. So don't go by that concept. The simple concept is that the entries present in table, left table and right table, everything will get displayed when I do a full outer join. As the name suggests, full means everything will be displayed. So guys, we have till now we have covered inner join, right join, left join and full outer join. So all the 4 conventional joins have been covered. Apart from this, I'll show you one more thing which we generally day to day scenario we use. It is the self join. For self join, I will show you an example. So what we do over here, what is the thing we are trying to find out in here in this self join. So if you remember what I want to find, if I go to my left table, so my left table, what it is present, so I have my employee ID, name of the employee department, and the supervisor ID we have. Now I want to get the name of the supervisor, like if Saurabh is there present, to whom he reports, the name of that person. Like Satya is there, to whom he reports, the name of his supervisor. So how do we get that? For that we perform self join. So guys, if you notice, we are using the same table, employee underscore a, employee underscore a, but we have just created an alias. We have named this as a left table, employee underscore once, and the another we have done that as b. So both the, but the data set is the same data set we are table we are referring. Now the main thing over here is to notice, just look at this condition what we are doing. So from table A, what I have taken from table A, I am taking reports to. So on the reports to, I'm performing join on the employee ID of table B. Means one over here it is present, so it will match with the employee ID of one and it will pick the name Satya. So again, let me repeat. From table A, I'm taking report 2 as my criteria and I'm equating it to employee ID of table B. So what does it will do? So it will suppose, for this example I'll take, so reports, it will do one, reports 2, it will pick the one from here and it will search in the table B where does it is matches one. Okay, it's matching one over here, and for this it will extract the name. As you see, B dot name, I am making it supervisor. So Saurabh is reporting to one, and who is one? Who is one? One, Satya is one. So let me run this thing. So it will give you the hierarchy, like to who reports to whom. So this is one use of self join. So if you see now, yeah, Saurav, it was there. Okay, so Saurav is there. So how does it happen? Saurav's employee ID is 6 and Saurav was reporting to 1. Who is 1? Now let me check. 1 is Satya, so his supervisor is Satya. Similarly, now take any random example. Employee ID 7, who it is? Anil. Anil is present in pricing department, and whom does he reports to? He reports to 3. And who is 3? Let me check. Who is 3? Who is 3? 3 is Ashu. So Anil must be reporting to Ashu. See, Anil is reporting to Ashu. So it gives the hierarchy. So guys, this is basically the major concept of join, and this gives you a clear idea how the joins are used in day-to-day basis, and it is very useful. Trust me guys, whenever you're working in a professional environment, the joins are very useful. It helps you to extract data from multiple tables. So this is one of the most important thing part of a SQL. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening.